to hear it. Doug, I have to get a shirt from you. Dr. Nolani was saying you have shirts.
I saw that we have large and extra large, and you are neither.
I could, oh yeah, large would, medium. You don't have mediums?
No, but I'll bring a large for you because we don't
Okay.
have any others.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, there's no way to get it either.
Okay, yes, because I want to wear it when I go live and stuff.
When you go live. Good. Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, I have one maybe you could borrow small, you know.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, if you
okay.
guys
I'll just
haven't,
bring
if
the
you can't
supply.
tell, I've been illuminated, so I'm just like, oh my
Oh my
God,
goodness.
my brain is working a mile a minute.
Well, let's hear what's got you excited. I think we could go around the room a little bit, Doug, do you think?
You can do anything, yeah.
Okay, talk about what's exciting, or did you have a recent event? I had a couple of events. I did talk about it on the Facebook Live I did. I went to a things you love party, like a gadget maybe that you show or whatever, and it ended up being a Juice Plus party. It was fine. Juice Plus was exposed, Illuminate was celebrated, you know, the balls, people love the balls. So that was a great party if you want to know more about that. And then we had a sourdough one yesterday. And so we're just going to keep the momentum with that. And in between, we'll do Juice Plus wellness workshops as well. So that's exciting for us. Plus, I'm going on the conference trip, and sounds like Shakirah is, and I have a ticket for you, Shakirah. I don't think you have a ticket yet. And I wanted to celebrate two people that are on here right now. Shakirah, I know you ended with at least 10 orders. I'm a little upset that the back office just kind of, if I don't get like how many orders everybody got on February 28th, then it's kind of like it's done. So I know that you and Mac were like head to head. You each had 10 orders, and they don't have like little baby orders. These are like trio, quad, or trio and quad with a healthy, healthy starts study too. So pretty amazing. So we can learn a lot from them. And I didn't get a chance to look at how many people got new team, but I do know that people did. And I think Dr. Shakirah might be one of them. And the other celebration would be Renee, and we're going to interview her today. And so Renee made it to qualifying senior sales coordinator, which is the first position in our leadership positions. So that is absolutely amazing. And we're just so thrilled. That happened, I think, Friday. So let's go to Renee and just hear how was that experience. Then we'll come back to you in a little while.
The experience was great. I mean, you guys getting on the call with Terry Self and calling me personally to tell me that was very emotional for me. I was driving at the time, but it was just a very good experience. When you start in this organization, it just feels like those things are maybe unachievable when you first get started, but just really appreciate the support of this group. There were free resources, words of encouragement and workflows that are established to kind of help us along the way. It does take a little time to get from point A to point B, and I'm not very patient, but yeah, it was a great experience. Thank you.
Woohoo! So everybody can just celebrate Renee. Awesome. And let's hear from anybody else who's got great news. And then we'll go to Shakirah, ask her about how she's getting so many customers and all that good stuff. Then we'll come back to Renee. Is that good, Doug? I know it's a little whatever, but let's hear from anybody else besides Renee or Shakirah about what's got you excited. What are you looking forward to, or what's going well? Just to hear your voices. Let's hear you.
If I can share about the sourdough, Sharon, we talked about it a little bit last night. It was someone I met through networking, but like we have common connections. She's a chiropractor, and I heard her speak up and say she does chiropractic for animals. And I was like, my cat is broken, so come over. So we've been connecting through that. And then she was like, can I do sourdough at my house? So we've been planning it a little while. Well, all these people cancel, like sick, maybe because they didn't pay ahead of time. So I would have her do that before. So it was just her and her partner that were there, and I think they felt bad. And I was like, it's fine. And it allowed us to really chat about it and really just talk about stuff. Like she was like, I never really heard your story. Like, I don't know why you switched from pharmacy. And the interesting thing is, I was hesitant to share Juice Plus because it was just the two of them. And I felt awkward. And she works with someone that used to do Juice Plus. So I was like, well, she must know it, you know. But I shared, I was like, you know, it's just you guys. Do you want me to do the whole shebang? She's like, yep. And then at the end, she's like, well, tell me about all the products. I'm not even familiar with everything. And I was like, okay. And then like, it was just fun. She actually adjusted my back also, because she had a portable table and she shot a funny reel for us, which was just cute. So it was just a really, really neat event. You know, again, like turning lemons into lemonade. Like I could have been salty about it, but it worked out nicely.
Awesome. Good job. And Ben, what's on your agenda? I think you have an event coming up.
Uh, yes, I'm excited to
Congrats.
kind of use the dojo as a health and wellness hub. So I'll be talking to Doug more about that. And I don't think we officially picked a date for the event, but we're going to host one at the dojo, probably mid-April.
Awesome. That works. Okay, let's go to Shakirah really quickly and then we'll go back to Renee. So Shakirah, just tell us how you recommend the trio or the quad, because I see it. I'm like, oh my gosh, Shakira's at it again. Trio, quad, trio, quad, trio, quad. It's not a lot of other things. That is your foundation, it appears. Like people who are money conscious, they might not recommend the trio or quad. That's one thing. So, you know, hearing from you is going to be really good. And also people might not be taking whatever, but people usually recommend what they take, or they can say, I recommend because this is what we take. But sometimes, you know, that isn't what we recommend. So just want to hear from you on how you recommend that.
Yes. I would say I just started to be just fearless. I talk to everybody now. Every chance I get, whether it's at my daughter's dance, I train in martial arts as well, so I talk to the people there. I talk to everybody, okay? Like, and my follow-up game has gotten really strong. So I've just, every time I talk to someone, I say, whether it's a day or two later, say, hey, just wondering if you checked out that information, that video that I sent you. What do you think about it? Then I invite them to meetings. I always send reminders. So one of the things that has gotten me very, like, the success in February was just sending videos and the research. And then letting them know. I also posted a lot to my stories too. So I'm constantly on social media. If you go on my stories now, I was raving about the Luminate at like 7 in the morning. Literally, it's 7 in the morning. I'm like, y'all have to get this Luminate because like I'm not a morning person and I keep it by my bedside. So the first thing I do when I wake up, I pour it in the water and I shrink it and I can't go back to sleep. Like it's not gonna let me. And so I'll say DM me Luminate and I'll get you the link. So they'll DM me and they'll order. And they'll order that or they'll order the trio. And one of the things I always say is that Juice Plus is a non-negotiable for me. So if you guys see it on your bank account, it'll read like budget. Like, so if my budget is 500 a month, that's part of it. So that's what I say. I say it's your budget, you know, it's food, you know, it's not a vitamin, it's food. So people have really responded well with that. And that free for the children, they're sold on that too.
I have
Let's
a
see if anybody
question for
wants-
you. Oh,
Yes.
can I ask, Shakirah,
Yes.
you say do you train martial arts or do you take classes in martial arts?
I don't train. I did when I was in Pennsylvania. But now that I'm out here, I'm not with my grandmaster anymore, but I just started training again out here. Yeah. I've been training for 6 years.
Cool. Well, I put into the chat an idea that you might be able to piggyback on, even if you're just attending a dojo and working out there, that maybe you can partner with them. This is a simple outline of what we're gonna do with Ben. This is Melissa
Ooh.
in a live class. We're going to spread it out to our sideline buddies in the whole Jacksonville area, because Jacksonville's probably like Atlanta. It's really huge. And so, there was people at our sourdough party that drove 50 minutes to get to our house, and they were in Jack's Beach, and we're 50 minutes away from there. So it's an in-person event at the at his dojo, which is very central in the city of Jacksonville. So a lot of people can get it there from different places. It's going to be called Strong on the Inside and Out.
Mhm.
And it's going to be basically a little bit of being strong on the inside with nutrition and Juice Plus, and having samples and smoothies and luminates and all that stuff. But then also Ben's going to teach some very basic, I'm thinking of the market that'll be there, probably like somebody like Melissa would come, or Renee. So if they were there, they don't know Tai Chi yet, they don't know this yet, they don't know any of that stuff, but they would love to know what to do if some strange guy tries to grab their purse.
Right.
know?
Right, right. I
Now,
like
of course,
that. I love the name of the title of the event too.
yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, of course, you have my version of self-defense. Just start kicking them right in where it counts and saying, no, 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 no. But Ben's is probably more effective. So I look forward to learning it too.
Yes. Oh, that's exciting. Are you gonna guys gonna record it?
No, it's going to be
So this first
Ben.
one will be live only, but the one after that, we're going to do a hybrid style. We teach online also, so once we've done the event and we kind of know how it goes, we'll also offer it online as well.
Oh, that's amazing. That's so
Yeah, Ben
cool.
gave me a really good idea. Maybe for our healthy community. And Ben, I don't know if you've been using the Simple Changes to Better Health Facebook group, but this is for everybody. And Sharon, we always got to keep in mind there's going to be a lot more people that watch the replay than just are here on the Zoom. So if you're watching us on Facebook, hopefully that's an idea that might work for you, partnering with a martial arts studio somewhere. But another thing that Ben came up with, he said, okay, well, I teach online too. I'll offer like Tai Chi and things like that. And he's willing to do some Tai Chi type classes into our group. And he was thinking into the team group, but I think it'd be even better if we went into the healthy community group, where then our customers are getting this benefit too, your customers as well, Ben. And but then that also opens up my mind to other things, because we have people on the team like Nanette, who is an expert in Pilates. And we have somebody like Nalani, who's in her 70s and still doing yoga and can teach that. And so we have all these people that could do these value added. Maybe a Saturday morning is a good time to do that. Like wake up on Saturday and like 8 a.m. we have like a 30 or 60-minute session. But
I was gonna say that too. You made me think of the chiropractor, because that's the guy, Joe, because that's what he was talking about. He's like, I do a session on mobility. So that could tie into it too. I think that'd be really neat.
that'd be a really cool thing to do. Because we all have something unique we bring to the table. I mean, it could even be a sourdough workshop one time. It could be me explaining what happens at a Ornish cardiac rehab clinic. It could be blah, blah, blah. There's like, we have so many people on the team, we would never run out of ideas and topics to teach, which, so that's just what I need, right, Sharon? Another one of my quote, Melissa, as we talked about, projects.
Go, Doug.
The number of projects correlates to the amount of stress in your life too. So
Yes.
Well,
Okay.
I can help you guys. We used to do an event called Total Body Self-Defense, and it was an hour-long session, but it was 4 professionals for 15 minutes. And then I usually did 15 minutes of physical, practical self-defense, but then there were usually one other movement-based thing and then 2 other like talk and listen things. And something was always related to Juice Plus, so that was one of the speakers. And then so you could get either a health or a movement person.
Okay.
That's
Cool.
great.
Well, it's maybe something, I'll put it on my someday list of projects.
Unless somebody
I have
else
one of
wants to
those.
take over it. Well, thank you, Shakira. I heard Luminate by the bedside, and that works for me. Because I also like to drink Luminate when I get up because that gets me up. But I usually have to walk into the kitchen, so I'm not exactly thrilled about that. So that's gonna be my takeaway for her,
Well,
but
I have a better idea, Sharon. You know how in that movie, Mr. Deeds, how
Yeah.
Adam Sandler is very excited that there's a water fountain that has like Kool-Aid coming
Kool-Aid.
out of it or something.
That's my movie.
So what if you had a water fountain that had Luminate coming out at all times? That's your dream board.
Careful, sounds like a project.
Yet another project. Okay, so we're gonna go to Renee now because it's such big news. And such exciting news that, Renee's been working hard and everything fell into place. And it started with Carol Turner, right? So let's hear from you, Renee. I'm just gonna spotlight you and I'll keep me on as well so I can interview you unless Doug wants to. I'll add Doug. He likes to.
I'll do follow-up questions. You start.
Okay, good. So Renee, how did all this happen? What have you been doing to build your business and build your team even more recently? More and more team members you've gotten.
Well, just following the guidelines and the experiences and advice of this team to continue not only to share the product, but also to share the opportunity, really wanting to connect with individuals and their families to help support healthy starts. Carol Turner is a friend of mine I've known for 30 years, and she had actually started taking Juice Plus a couple years ago and then discontinued. And so I revisited her, understanding some challenges that she was experiencing, but also some desires of just wanting to be healthier. So she restarted, and I talked to her about the business. And I said, if nothing else, just sign up as a Partner Plus and you can actually get your sales profit back on your product. So she decided to do that. And then she just found herself naturally sharing. People would say, oh my gosh, you look so pretty today, or gosh, you look like your face is glowing, or, something. And it just opened up a natural door for her to start sharing. So once she started sharing and she found that people were responsive, nobody was really negative or, had a comment that, made her fearful. Then she started sharing with other people as she felt the opportunity to do that. And so she ended up sharing with Tabitha and Mac, and invited them over to her house. My husband and I were renting from her at the time, so we were all living together. And they came over just to kind of learn a little bit more. And I went through the simple changes to better health, the PowerPoint slide, answered their questions that they had, and introduced them to the business as well. And they had also been in other MLM groups, so they understood the idea, but they were blown away by the research. So Max said, they were taking Balance of Nature, and when they realized that Juice Plus was less expensive and that they had an opportunity for growth as well as income, they really just got on fire. Now they own their own travel business, and so they have a lot of contacts within their community of network, and they really just started reaching out to people. And because their primary audience in travel is deaf and hard of hearing, those individuals are very direct in communication, and they were able to communicate with them and say, this is something good. They had relationships with Mac and Tabitha for years, so they trusted them. So it's just sort of a natural process to share and have those individuals responsive. And so Mac signed up partners. He understood that growing wide, not necessarily deep, would happen, but growing wide to begin with. And people were signing up, and then they were signing up, and people were ordering. And it was definitely a blessing to have connected, for Carol to have connected with me, for sure.
Right. And somehow you exposed them to the One Simple Change presentation. And they've just been hopping on Zoom with people and giving that presentation, right? And I think
Absolutely.
it's even an advantage to them that they are signing a lot because they do have that closer relationship, and they have to do that more personal thing of meeting
Absolutely.
up, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, but they're excited and they're ready to start doing events. So we had our first team meeting last week, and we have our first event this Saturday. We've titled it Nutritional Snacks for the Pickiest of Eaters. So we're coming up with, just the different items that we're gonna be sharing, and Juice Plus will definitely be one of those.
Nice. And you have some things you want to do to continue to build your team and business. What are some things you've thought of?
Well, some of the things that we're going to do is continue to grow as a team and to be, as Dr. Shakirah said, less fearless, just going through and inviting everybody to the business, understanding that that's what we were told, or what I was told when I first started this business, but being fearful, you're not comfortable yet, but I have that comfort level now. And so moving forward with that, just continuing to ask God to bring the right people into our life that need Juice Plus, that will recognize the value, that will want to sign up for that. And then also continuing to make connections. So developing relationships with people where they trust you. So when you offer Juice Plus to them, it seems like a more of a seamless thing instead of me trying to sell. We've moved into a new community of 55 and older. So we're building our network. I'm now on the Healthy Meals Committee with the social committee. We've met, we're in a pickleball group now, so we just have to get a day when we're both available to go start learning how to play pickleball. So really just growing the network of community, finding a new church in the new community that we're at. And really those are the things that we're doing. And then within the team, just sharing events and really pushing those out and making sure that the entire team is aware, and just asking them to connect with maybe 4 or 5 people to share the invite with, hoping that they'll be able to have somebody, at least one person, show up to the event and encourage their growth as well.
Awesome. Well, we can't wait to celebrate you in San Diego next week.
I know, I can't believe it's already here. Oh my goodness.
And it's such a
crazy.
beautiful venue. I don't know if you guys have looked at it, but
Yeah,
it
it
is
looks beautiful.
amazing. It's just gonna be like you're floating when you're
Yeah.
walking through there. It's really
Yeah.
cool. So
Karen's not on this call, but I'll tell you the one thing that I really appreciated about Karen is that I loved competing with her in January when we had the Reset 2025. It was great for me to threaten her and say, I'm going to beat you this month. I'm going to have the most new orders, even if it's just one ahead of you. So having that healthy camaraderie and competition was a lot of fun. So
that's
a
awesome.
good
I
time.
know you guys are best friends from way back.
Yep.
And maybe even
Well,
neighbors.
like Jay Martin says, we got to have a buddy in the business, so
Yeah.
even if it's your sponsor, it's good to have that buddy you're working with and talking about, day-to-day strategy. Can you tell us a little bit, because some people just don't know, Renee, like, what is your business story? Like, how long have you been doing this, and what got you into the business in the first place?
Well, I blame Karen again. She introduced us to Juice Plus, and it'll be 5 years in May. What attracted me to Juice Plus was the whole food organic vitamins just weren't doing anything for us. And so when she talked to me about it, it made sense. It saved us money. Paul had, at the beginning of COVID, 3 autoimmune disorders that were identified, and he also had high blood pressure, and those are things that he had to take medication for, and we wanted him off all meds. I wanted him healthy, wanted him to live a long life and take good care of me, right? I think the other thing was my why. Why did I really, that was part of it, but the other part was just the medical field that we work in, and the stress that endures. You're talking about projects. So I'm a senior project manager for a medical group for about 250 physicians and APCs. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of stress. And I just wanted time. I wanted freedom of time without fearing that I didn't have an income. So Juice Plus was a vehicle that I felt like could get me to that point. And so fast forward, 5 years later, Mr. Porter's off all of his medications, has no signs or symptoms of any AI. We both have experienced great weight loss. We're in a better, healthy place than where we're at. But because I was able to take Juice Plus in support of my husband, was able to cut my hours back to part-time. So before working 40 plus hours, now I work about 28 to 30. And that allows me the freedom of time to spend time on every Thursday with my granddaughter and help take care of her while her siblings go to a co-op for homeschooling. It allows me to have interactions, to go play pickleball, to go walking with my next door neighbor and share Juice Plus with her. And just that freedom of time is really important. And I don't know that I understood how valuable it was, but also how much I needed that for my own health. And so everything that we've been taught in this community of, sharing with other people, but also don't forget self-care for yourself, right? Making sure that you're doing something each week to support you, so I do a massage with a Chinese medicine physician. She's third generation and she's phenomenal. I'd go to a chiropractic for care. I go get my toes done for a pedicure once a month with my mother or with my sister. So again, those relationships that were so lost because of distance and time, I'm beginning to feed into and grow back. And so it's a great balance between what feels like what should be work, but it's not. Juice Plus is not a big lift for me. And I bet Melissa can even attest to that more than I can, but it's just not a big lift. I go back to Wendy Campbell. It's giving a gift to somebody. You're sharing a gift with them. And it just doesn't feel like work to me. So I enjoy it.
But I will say this, a couple of things. First of all, so you've cut back your hours. Melissa, she's working part-time as a pharmacist now. Ben is running, he has rent he has to pay in like a plaza. It's like a real business. There's a lot of stress that comes with that. I walked away from my 9-to-5 job almost, I think this summer, I don't know if it's 9 years or 10 years, but it's hard. I mean, when you cut back, you're cutting back money. When Melissa, when a pharmacist leaves her job, that's a lot of money. Okay. I was making a lot of money at my job too. And typically Juice Plus isn't the kind of thing like no business is. If you have any experience in business, there's no such thing as a business as you start your business and you're making like 6 figures. Usually you're losing 6 figures for years before you start to, someday we're going to break even, like go on Shark Tank and you'll hear the stories. And those are the good stories. They made it on Shark Tank, but most businesses fail outright. Okay. So it's very difficult to make that decision. But what I hear Renee saying, I couldn't agree with more, because I sometimes think in my own mind, I could have gone all in with the Juice Plus business, but kind of cruised at my job and like checked out mentally and closed the door of my office and do some Juice Plus stuff while I'm there. But, not that I want to, but I also realize that's not ethical and whatnot. But you can't you can always earn more money, but you can't get Thursday with the grandkids back. And maybe someday you can hang out with those grandkids, but I'll tell you what, those grandkids are a lot different when they're like 7 compared to like 13 or 14. And when they're 7, they'll talk to you. When they're 14, they just grunt and look at their phone, So time and memories are everything. And sometimes when like this business is tough, or we go through tough financial times, or whatever's happening in the world, and maybe the business isn't growing as fast as it could or whatever, and I'll get this silly thought in my head, like maybe I should have stayed in my career and I should have just kept doing that. But then I remember that, I used to shoot like 93 when I play golf. Now I shoot 80. And my daughter can beat me at golf because I've spent the last 10 years working with her and training her and creating memories and all that kind of stuff. So it's just incredible, and that's really exciting to hear. And one more thing I want to point out, Sharon, and then we'll move on, is that Renee said this is, it's an easy lift, almost implying like this it comes easy to her. Let me assure you, okay, it's not that it's easy, and it's not that it's always fun. It's easier than some things. And if you just think about the people and love people, if you think about the products and the benefits and even the business and how it's blessed your life, don't focus on things like, oh, so-and-so said no, so-and-so didn't call me back, I feel like a phony because I have to do this presentation, but I gained 5 pounds last month. There's all kinds, all that stuff that creeps into our heads. The bottom line is that she is very businesslike in that and you can tell the way she talks, right? Her ideas are organized. You can almost see like a checklist going off. And you're like that, Renee. She probably has checklists. She's not somebody that's just
checklist to the checklist.
Yeah, she's not just winging it, guys.
No.
She knows when she has an event well, now that she has a growing team, she's like, okay, let's make an event, and I'm going to make sure they have a checklist and make sure we have a flyer, make sure we have a date on the calendar. This is who I've invited. If you say, Renee, who'd you invite to the event? She'd be like, this is who I invited to the event. Who are you going to follow up with? This is who I'm going to follow up with. You know, it's all just like, it's a business. And when you're in a business, you have systems. You systematically plan events. By the way, did you notice how we're congratulating Renee, but she's also talking about all these events that she's planning and doing. So some of you guys are thinking like, yeah, I want to be a QSSC. I want that bonus. What kind of bonus did you get? Or are you going to get
$1,000.
$1,000? Anybody want $1,000 bonus? Now, $1,000, you know, you can't go buy a car, but Shakirah, what would you do with $1,000 bonus?
Oh my goodness. I would just say, I was like, wow, like I could do so much. Like just constantly fund my other businesses. And
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, I'm ready to get to my next level. I am so ready.
And it only keeps going up. I mean, my goodness, Sharon's next bonus might be like 15 grand or something, I think.
Oh my
You just got to
goodness.
get there.
Yes.
Maybe 20 PMD plus. It's big. You know, my next one will be 15. But so keep in mind that she's not just sitting back. I know some people are sitting back, like, you know, posting on social media, thinking some kind of magic fairy dust is going to fall out of the sky and somebody's going to send you a DM with their credit card number saying, give me that trio. I saw you make a post about it. It doesn't work that way. You have to share with people, and you can share with people by doing live events. You can do invite to our Zoom event, which we're going to talk about in a second. We're doing one tomorrow night. You could invite people to just join our healthy group, Simple Changes to Better Health. And then through there, you know, you start these conversations. You can invite people, you can talk to people by just maybe doing that social media post. But you don't just nobody sends you their credit card because you said, hey, we have a special bundle this month, Illuminate and gummies and blah, 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 and then the purples and da-da-da. Hit me up in the DM if you want more info. Nobody's, I know once in a while, if I say, oh, nobody's going to say I want more info, I know once upon a time, somebody said, send me more info, you know, but consistently, that is not going to be a solution. You have to look for like who's liking it and who said cool, or who, and you got to realize once you do a Juice Plus post, most of the people are going to have the sales radar go off and they're not going to want to comment on your post because they don't want to get sold to. You don't want to get sold to, so they don't want to get sold to. Same thing. But when you post that post about your healthy sauerkraut and how it's building your gut, and they say, oh yeah, I love sour too. I've been working on my gut health. Boom. That's the conversation you need to have, because now you're talking about gut health, but now you're going to talk about fruits and vegetables. You're going to talk about everything else, you know. So, you know, guys, just yeah. Oh, as to the express, yeah. Shakirah's got link DM. Yeah, there's some automated stuff. Like, you know, to be honest with you, Shakirah, we don't typically. You have a lot more going on as a practitioner. Most people. Here's what the problem is. Some people just want to avoid talking to people. And if that's your goal, you don't want to get anything else going. You want to just talk to people. If you have so many people that you should be talking to that you can't keep up because you have either a practice like you do, Shakirah, or you're some kind of an influencer, maybe you have 5,000 friends or you get 5,000 views on your reels, yeah, you might need to get ManyChat or Link DM or one of those other ones. All right. Anyway, I just want to take that little teaching opportunity. Sharon, we'll move on now to what's next. You wanted to share a little something from the Campbell call?
Yes, I'm so excited. Congratulations again, Renee. You are awesome. We're excited to watch you continue to move up the compensation plan and continue to grow your team, and we'll keep learning from you. Thank you. Okay, so I was on the Campbell team, NMD Zoom this morning, and Guy DeBow was leading it because Wendy was having a root canal, believe it or not. But he was saying that they met in Florida for a digital transformation meeting with the committee. This is not the big news. I'm just giving you the little news first. And they have a list of top 10 things that you know, the committee is going back and working on. So help is on the way. but also the subscription aspect that's going to be out given to Australia is going to take care of a lot of the things that we want to happen. So just hang in there. It's going to be like 3 or 4 months, maybe
Hold on a
some.
second. Can I clarify? So you're
Yes.
saying they're doing a subscription solution on the platform for Australia that
Yes.
will end up being, once that's the kinks are worked out, that's the same one that'll help
Right.
us.
A pilot. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's good. So once they release it to them, it's kind of, they want to make sure everything goes well, then they'll release it to the United States. So that'll
Do you
be
have any
good.
notable top 10s you can share?
No,
Ah,
I mean, things that they didn't go over that. It's
Okay.
been talked about on the different digital
so if you're in the groups where everybody's going crazy about problems, then it's probably those top 10 things.
Yeah, absolutely. Things that we would expect. Being able to pick a date, having notification of, this or that. So all those types of things that everybody wants, pretty much that's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. And, they're expecting the company, to just keep cranking. Oh, I love this. I didn't write it down. Bill Baker, the person who helped us transition, keep in mind, he might seem like the devil right now, but it's not. He's not. He actually helped us do something that has been needed for decades. So he helped other companies do this. Those companies then took off afterwards to, in billions. So this is all part of a master plan for us all to move forward in a big way. And what I was talking to Julie Herbst about last night is those people who are just kind of going to sleep right now, hoping that things get better and just, being like an ostrich, just hiding and waiting till the digital transformation is just perfect. They should just join right in because they're missing out on the millions of dollars that are being invested right now in our company and our business for our benefit. Just like the conference is for our benefit, that they are putting out all this money, all these speakers, the prettiest hotel ever. They're doing all that to help keep our momentum. And it's a joint venture between us and them. We help them, they help us. So we need to recognize that we've got to do our parts. But anyway, that was exciting that Bill Baker has helped other network marketing companies get their digital stuff in line, and then they took off to billions. And that is what, Travis has said to us. Okay, so the other thing, and we're going to get notification today on like Instagram and also in our emails, is the release of a new product. And I'm pretty sure it's one that Doug and I tried and we're not allowed to talk about in the National Marketing Director meeting. So watch your, platform.
Really?
Yes. And I just want to say, I think I already had a clue, and I can't really say what it is, but I noticed on juiceplus.com, when it categorizes, it says capsules, chewables, shakes, powders, and the Luminate goes under there. But there's going to be something else that I believe is going to fall under there, and it's pretty exciting. So that's all I'm allowed to say, as far as I know. And we'll go to Doug on the event that we have tomorrow night that we want and need you guys to help invite to.
Well, if you didn't say that they were going to tell us today, I would leak some information.
I know you're not allowed to.
I like the look on some of those faces I'm seeing right now of wishing that we would say what it is, but making them wait. I think it's better for you to wait. But it is good.
I
And
thought
some of
we
you-
had to wait till conference, so if I find out today, that's good too.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
some of you
I
can.
thought it was conference too.
Oh,
But
and
yeah,
they
I'm
said
excited.
leave room in your luggage because you'll be able to buy it there, and it will be released like the next day or week that we'll be able to get customers with it. And there's a really good incentive to go along with it.
Really?
Watch out. Be ready. Get all your housework done now.
If you were hanging around with us at conference, I was sharing some of mine anyway. So some of you guys know, but don't tell. Okay. So tomorrow night we're gonna finish up right now, and we'll probably I'm just gonna tell you what it is, and then we'll we'll do some invites. We'll do another mini power hour right now. But tomorrow night, hold on, I'm trying to do a screen share here. Man, I did Illuminate too, and I feel good. Because I don't plan on taking any breaks today. I got a lot to do. All right, let's go into simple changes. I think I just did a post. Yeah, here it is. So tomorrow night, we're doing this Greens and Gourmet, a recipe and wellness showcase. Okay, this is going to be a cool event. I'll go over what it's going to be like and also give you a little insight to how we plan these things in case, because man, I can't emphasize it enough. We tell you guys over and over, it's so important to start actually planning events. And I know some of you guys watching this might be kind of new and you're like, I can't plan an event. What am I going to do at an event? Just work with your upline sponsor, or leader, whoever's working above you, and they will help you. Because there's plenty. Wendy Palmasano, she's an NMD. They do like weekly, I think it's almost every week. They just do like watch parties. She didn't even do the presentation. She literally gets together and she calls it like dinner and a movie. And they just watch a movie and they have a chat about health and stuff. Anyway, so you don't have to be an expert, but we're doing this Go Green event tomorrow night. It's at 8 p.m. Eastern on this Zoom line. The poster has the Zoom info on it. I put this right on my wall. I don't care. You know, I guess I'm hoping the day and age of Zoom bombers is over. I don't care who comes on our Zoom. If some weirdo comes on, as long as we don't see something we don't want to see on their video, who knows? Maybe they'll buy Juice Plus, so it'll be okay. But let me change over to like how the actual plan of this event, and we'll go over what it is. And I want to give you guys some vision of who to invite, which of course is anybody and everybody. Hold on. Where is it? Where is it? Leadership, workshop, Go Green. No, I'm almost there, guys. I'm really sorry. I should have had this ready. Oh, Sharon, say some words. Help me out. I'm drowning over here.
Okay, I was about to type it. I was just clicking on the hub and just to see what else is on there. And it's really a lot of beautiful things. You guys could go on there anytime. Just a reminder, the bars are, I believe, still 40% off. So if you like the bars or you use them a lot, now's the time to get the bars before they run out. Because they're being discontinued. I don't know if you knew that.
Can I add, I've never done this before, but the last couple events I've had, rather than, well, in addition to energy bites, I've cut up the bars and have them out as a snack. Like, I realize they're going away, but I talk about how great they are. And frankly, people like a sale. So it's kind of one of those like cart boosters right now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's cart booster.
A cart booster, an upsell. You know, it's like that candy bar at the grocery store. Man, it's tough to make it past those candy bars. I don't know about you guys.
I mean, it really does cement, if you go over like glycemic index also. Those bars are really good because there's a lot of high fiber to carbohydrate and keeps your blood sugar stable. So, you know, you could talk about the shake doing the same thing and how to look for a good product.
All right, so on screen, we have our Greens and Gourmet. This is just my planning document that I shared into a web page. I put it into the chat for everybody to see. I plan events like this. I like to make an outline so we're all on the same page. And then I like to make sure that everybody can see it. And you guys might as well see it too, just so you know how we do it. I have like a sample potential kind of sort of social post there, but this is the way that it's going to work. This is going to be an event that has recipes and teaches about the value of greens in your diet. So it's going to open up with Karen. She's going to talk about the power of greens in our diet. She's going to set the tone, introduce our theme, and talk about the group, because we're also going to be inviting people to join our wellness group, our health group. This will be restreamed in there. So if you want to tag some of your friends or clients or prospects that are in Simple Changes to Better Health, you can tag them right on my post that has the poster so they can join that event that night. Then we're going to go over to Nalani. Nalani is going to do kind of the Juice Plus talk and leverage her expertise as a naturopathic physician and talk about the benefits of green vegetables and then how Juice Plus bridges the gap and does that. Then we're going to go over to Karen and we're going to get into a series of demos. Karen's going to talk about a green, adding greens to the shake, like just popping some kale and spinach or microgreens or something like that into the shake. Then we're going to go over to Melissa, who's going to, she may or may not make a mocktail. It might be a cocktail for all we know. But it's going to be green nevertheless. So who knows what happens after, that's none of our business. But then we have Karen, not Karen, but Sharon with a kale salad. And I think, Sharon, you'll just really be filling in where you feel like you could, if we need to piggyback on anything Nalani may have not covered. We'll see how that goes.
I'm also doing pesto.
All right, I'll add that in.
Yes.
Good. We're going to be eating good tomorrow night. We have kale salad and pesto for dinner. Yes. Then Nicole, and let me tell you something, you guys are on the team. You just tune in and hear about Nicole Fields' cilantro rice, straight out of Miami, right back to Puerto Rico. It is the greatest thing you've ever had. It makes Chipotle cilantro rice look like garbage. Okay, it's amazing. You have to learn how to make cilantro rice. It is absolutely delicious. Then I am going to have some closing remarks and summarize the takeaways, and then offer maybe the 3-door, either join our community like in the group, or order Juice Plus, or even join our team, the 3-door approach. And that's just it. All right. So we have that going on tomorrow night. That is certainly something that's going to be great for inviting to. Sharon, I don't know that we should do we should probably just end, or you close up with any thoughts?
I think
because we don't have that many people that are, Jennifer's driving, we have some cameras off. It's fine. We only have 10 minutes anyway.
Right. Well, I guess, what if you did invite 30 people to tomorrow night? What would happen? It's going to be very tasteful. It's not going to be heavy Juice Plus. It's going to be a fun, go green type event, or whatever we called it, green showcase. And I think Dr. Nalani is so good at just reinforcing, and I know women are very concerned about iron. If you think about different things with greens, calcium. So, talking to those people who might have concerns about getting enough iron, getting enough calcium, and how that all works in the body, how to get the best source of it, stuff like that. So, just see what you can do. Like, how long would it take you to invite, say, 30 people by text? Not very long, right? But that's a good investment in your business. The thing about our business is whatever you do consistently, and you could just set a timer and say, I'm just going to do it for half an hour. I'm just going to do it for an hour or whatever. And it will pay off for you. Okay. Cause you never know. You never know who's going to come on there. You never know who's going to latch on. Renee didn't know what was around the corner for her with her exploding team now. So keep cranking and just keep doing the activity, knowing that it is going to pay off for you to build in whatever way. All right. Well, you guys have a great day and just keep connected. All right. Congratulations to everyone. You guys had a great.
Let's try to load that call up tomorrow night and get some guests on. I love what Renee said earlier. When we're having an event, what if we were to just say to everybody on our own teams, first of all, don't prejudge and act like they're not engaged, so they're not going to invite. Reach out anyway. Say, what if you got 5 people on? Try to get 5 people on. Go ahead, Melissa.
I can wait till the end. I have a random back.
Let me stop the recording.